gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the City of Plainfield's 2019 State of the City Address. Reverend Paul Dean will now lead us in a prayer of invocation.
Bless this gathering. Bless the city Plainfield for which we assemble, and bless its inhabitants. We come this evening with hopes, with curiosities, and interests. Let us learn from one another and find a way to know that our commitment matters and realize that our actions are a part of the fabric of this community that we call home. May our minds be open to retain the history of Plainfield so that we may learn from its past and that we may plan for its future. May our hearts be open to the beauty that abounds in these of our natural surroundings that is illumined as well in the eyes of our neighbors and our friends. May we remember tonight and every day that we are different and that we are all alike, that we all love, we all hurt, and we all care deeply about things that matter to us. Let every stranger be our neighbor and every visitor be our welcome guest. Bless our mayor and his family. Bless Mayor Adrian Mapp tonight as he imparts vision with a plan and speaks words that will give a greater heartbeat for this city, Plainfield. Give him clarity of speech and precision of thought. Bless our Assemblywoman, Linda Carter, with the strength of heaven and the power of the wind. Bless our council with unity and the tenacity to make and create a better city. Bless our freeholders to set the right policies for a greater operation in Plainfield. Bless Plainfield's finest and bless Plainfield's greatest and the bravest. And most of all, bless the residents of this city, Father. Better jobs and greater income and an overall prosperous life. Let us treat each other with kindness, compassion, and respect so that we may learn from one another, discover our shared visions, and build a greater community for all who live here, both now and forever. Above all, may our Plainfield be a city of peace, a place that helps us to uphold and value, which we are all free to live in dreams and offer our greatest gift of services. Say, Heavenly Father, today, I am Plainfield. We are Plainfield. Father, today I ask you, in your Son's name, your only Son, bless Plainfield. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
At this time, the President of our City Council, Ms. Joylette Mills Ransom, will offer remarks and introductions.
Good evening. I am Joylette Mills Ransom, Council President, and I bring you greetings this evening for the Plainfield City Council. The Council and the administration have a good working relationship and have therefore been able to accomplish much toward fulfilling the goals set forth to improve the quality of life for all residents of Plainfield. This is a very exciting time in Plainfield. As we celebrate the city's 150 years, we continue to celebrate the diversity of Plainfield and to work on projects that serve all areas of our great city. It is important to note that the mayor has established great relationships on the county and state levels, and it is nice to attend workshops and conferences where he is recognized for what is going on in Plainfield. Before I introduce the members of the council, I'd like to introduce some special guests. We have a representative from Governor Murphy's office, Mr. Robert Fields. I only saw two. If there are more standing, I'll call your name. We have Union County Freeholders, Rebecca Williams and Angela Garrettson. If not here yet, I'm told that our state senator, Senator Nicholas Satari, will join us, and also Assemblywoman Linda Carter will be coming. Is that Linda in the back? Just looking at me thinking, okay. I'm going to ask the council members, as I call their names, to just step forward so people can see you. Never make assumptions that everybody knows us. And we also have subcommittees, and each one of us chair one, so I'll mention that subcommittee. For First Ward, we have Councilwoman Ashley Davis. Ashley chairs the subcommittee for the police department. The Second Ward, we have Councilman Corey Storch, who is not present at the moment, but he chairs, is he here? No? Okay, but he chairs the Health and Social Services Department subcommittee, not the department, the subcommittees. These are subcommittees. Third Ward, Councilman Charles McCray. Who chairs the Economic Development Subcommittee. Fourth Ward Councilman and Vice President of the Council, Steve G. Hockaday. Who chairs the Subcommittee for Information Technology and Media. We have three at-large council people. At large for First and Fourth Ward, Councilman Barry Good. Who chairs the Finance Committee. Councilman at large for Wards 1, 2, 3, and 4, Councilman Elton Armardi, who chairs the Recreation Committee, which is under the Department of Public Works. And finally, the at-large council person for 2 and 3, It's me. and, and I chair the Fire Department Subcommittee. So on behalf of the council, I again greet you. I know you are going to be really pleased with what the mayor has to say this evening. And so just sit back and enjoy and know that we have Plainfield well in hand. Thank you.
And now, please welcome Miss Chelsea Young.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 5 years ago, we elected a man to serve as mayor of our great city. He had a vision of the city's growth, success, and safety. He gathered around him the best and the brightest to help him bring that vision to reality. And together, they worked hard to move the Queen City forward and shape a community which celebrates its historical past while planning for the needs of the future. In this historic year of the 150th annual anniversary of the city of Plainfield, aka the Queen City, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to introduce to you a man who needs no introduction, a man who has served this city, first as a council member for 12 years, and then as mayor for the last 5 years. A man who has led the way to usher in the renaissance of Plainfield. A man who has built bridges and formed partnerships within the community, the county, and even the state. A man who is not afraid to roll up his shirt sleeves and work hard, hard, hard for the city of Plainfield. A man who is from the people, elected by the people, and who works for the people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to join me and stand up to your feet as we welcome, as he presents the 2019 State of the City Address, our mayor, Mayor Adrian O'Mapp.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, life's most persistent question is, what are you doing for others? It is a call to action, a reminder that every one of us can be an agent of change if we work not just for ourselves, but for the good of the community. It was the question I asked myself the day I decided to enter public service. It is the question that has been the voice of conscience in my ear, and it is the question that drives my vision as mayor. I chose public service because I wanted to be an integral part of the growth and prosperity of my city. I chose public service because I knew I could be a catalyst for change. Members of the City Council, honored guests, members of the administration, ladies and gentlemen, Good evening. It is a privilege for me to share with you the 2000 State of the City Address. I am proud to be the mayor of our great city at such a significant time in its history. And prouder still of all we have accomplished over the past 5 years. Plainfield has a long and storied history, evidence in our architecture, our homes, and our people. And this year is unique as we are celebrating the 150th birthday of Plainfield. Now is the time for us to showcase our Plainfield pride and celebrate the legacy that has shaped and united us. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the people who keep me sane and support my passion for this city. My lovely and amazing wife, First Lady Amelia Mapp, and my daughters, Aisha and Shimona. I could not do what I do without your unwavering love, strength, and support, and for that, I say thank you. I want to acknowledge our governing body is introduced by the council president earlier and thank them for the work they do on behalf of our city each and every day. It is a pleasure to work with a council that is committed to building and improving our city. I'd also like to acknowledge members of the administration and my cabinet. I am only as strong as the team that I have surrounded myself with. And I know that I have one of the best teams that you can find anywhere. Our 150 years, I should say over 150 years ago, Plainfield officially became a city. It was prosperous and had a robust commercial district. It was called the Queen City, after a city in Colorado which boasted a temperate climate much like the one which existed here back then. And so we became known as the Queen City of the East. We have a rich legacy of which we can be proud. Our progression was not always smooth, but we have always moved forward. Many of the events that shape our nation played out right here in Plainfield, and we can be proud of our historical past, even as we look ahead to a glorious future. We cannot change our history, but we can learn from it. And it's helping us to build a city that is smarter, safer, and stronger. Even as we remember and celebrate the past, we are looking ahead and planning for the next 150 years. Let's take a look at the video.
Hello, I am Mayor Adrian O'Mapp, the 37th mayor of the great city of Plainfield. Plainfield was founded on April 21st of 1869. As we begin this sesquicentennial celebration, I am reminded of Plainfield's history, which started with Job Mill being the first mayor of our city. Plainfield has gone through a great deal of transformation. We are looking forward to an exciting year of celebration, one that will take us on a journey from its beginning all the way to where we are now and to where we are going as a city. And so, I encourage everyone to be a part of this great sesquicentennial celebration and really get to know who we are. We are as excited as we look to the future by knowing the past.
In 1919, 50 years after our city was incorporated, the beautiful building still used today as our city hall was built. That same year, another very significant event took place. Nawasi Ball was born. She is still alive and living in Maryland. But for 75 years, Plainfield was her home. And she witnessed many changes during that time. She could not be here today, but in February, I had the pleasure of presenting her with a proclamation to help celebrate her birthday, and she shared a peek into a life well lived. Just take a look at the beautiful lady. Nawasi Ball was born in Prentiss, Mississippi on February 14th, 1919. And she moved to Plainfield at the age of 18 years old, where she met and married William McKnight. They raised 2 children while living here. She spent several years working as a nursing assistant at Muhlenberg Hospital, where my daughters were born, and attended Union County Junior College, known today as Union County College. She also worked at the New Jersey State Unemployment Office for 19 years and was recognized in November 1994 by the New Jersey Department of Labor. Throughout her years, she was very active and contributed much to the community, serving on the board of Plainfield Action Services as a chairperson of the Plainfield Heart Association, director of Camp Crusade and Camp Hope, a board member of the United Way. She recognized on numerous occasions for her service. She was recognized. Service to community. Nawasi Ball believed in being involved and was president of the Exodus Club, an affiliate of the National Federation of Colored Women's Club, and she worked for years with the Democratic Party. An avid bridge player, she traveled around the world visiting such places as China, Austria, France, Germany, Tangier, Australia, and New Zealand. Please join me in a round of applause for Nawasi and wish her continued health and happiness as she and our City Hall celebrate 100 years. Someone once said, genius has less to do with the size of your mind than how open it is. I chose public service because I wanted to find a way to tackle old problems. Over in City Hall, we never lose sight of the fact that everything we do affects real lives, and we work for you, the residents of our city, continually trying to find new ways to provide more services while keeping costs down. In 2018, we realized that we needed a more efficient way to tackle our response to code violations. And so we formed the Quality of Life Task Force. The Quality of Life Task Force brings together all of the departments and agencies needed to address all code violations simultaneously. This is the first multi-agency task force in the history of the city. And it's one way that we are working smarter and finding new ways to tackle old problems. It's made up of members from police, fire, inspections, health, public works, community development, zoning, and the bulk division of the Plainfield Municipal Utilities Authority. Let's take a look at how the Quality of Life Task Force is helping, working to improve the quality of life here in Plainfield. Let's look at the video.
The Mayor's Quality of Life Task Force, what is it and what is my vision? It is very simple. My vision is for all of the properties in Plainfield to be kept up at a standard that will lead to the enhancement of the appearance across the city. And so the task force is really the coming together of several different functional specialties. And by bringing them all together as a task force, when they go out into the community across every ward in the city, their goal is to make sure that property owners adhere to our property maintenance codes and that they take care of their properties.
I want to liken this to our one-stop shopping, meaning we have every division in the city at one location, one site to address every major issue that may exist.
Every person wants to live in a decent home. Every person wants to live in a decent neighborhood. And it doesn't matter which part of the city you are. It doesn't matter what income level. What matters is that we enforce our property maintenance codes so that every person who lives in the city is able to enjoy a decent quality of life.
So KT is a first-time home buyer who lives here in Plainfield. Her dream was always to have a place of her own. But for many years, this seemed impossible, given her income and the stringent down payment requirements put in place following the recession of 2008. After attending a home buyer workshop hosted by one of our partners in conjunction with the city, she was able to work with a lender to find the right level of funding and became a proud homeowner in April of last year. So I chose public service because I believe that everyone deserves a decent place to call home. Working smarter means finding the right partners to work with us as we continue to grow. And that's why we have partnered with New Jersey Community Capital to conduct citywide property surveys. We'll assess the needs of the community and put resources where they are most needed. That's why we are bringing NACA workshops to our residents and municipal employees. The primary goal of the Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America is to build strong, healthy neighborhoods by making home ownership affordable. We are committed to ensuring that Plainfield has livability, and we are helping our residents achieve the dream of home ownership. That is why the Home Buyers of Plainfield Empowerment Series has rolled out 11 seminars in collaboration with M&T Bank, TD Bank, faith brick and mortar. These seminars focus on home buying education, down payment assistance, housing counseling, grants, and credit improvement. That's why a network of over 200 Plainfield residents, investors, and other interested home buyers and rehabbers from surrounding areas in our town was formed over the past year. That's why our Office of Community Development works with the police department to remove abandoned vehicles from vacant properties. Partnership makes us smarter, stronger, and more efficient when we work as a team. Most importantly, we are putting more residents into a place they can call their own and providing resources to help them make improvements. Let's hear from a resident who was able to take advantage of our Community Development Block Grant Program, which helps to address a range of community development needs. She received funding for property renovation and was able to make improvements that made her property safer and more attractive. Let's hear from the home buyer.
Hi, my name is Donna, and I administer the Community Development Block Grant Program here in the city of Plainfield. This year we brought in $1,182,000 to benefit various nonprofit organizations in the city. We also do facility improvements at Mill Campbell Field. We do roadway improvements with those funds. And housing is a big piece of the program, where this year we were able to assist 13 homeowners to renovate their properties, bringing them up to code, 9 of which were senior citizen householders.
Yeah, I wasn't totally dissatisfied with some things that just needed to be done. It just, I had everything else I needed, but I wanted to do some renovation. I knew about the CHAP program because you had the paperwork in, but I wasn't ready. So by coming down to City Hall, and you all had those documents placed up there, and I've been a reader anyway, so I just pulled them out and then I asked questions, and the folks down at City Hall, you helped explain what was involved if I had decided to go forward with it. It took me a couple of years to come up with, getting it done, and I feel good now. And now I know I can never go back, as they say.
We are helping residents achieve dreams and ensuring that taxes are spent wisely, providing resources for the community. I chose public service because I believe in prudent and smart spending by government. Since I took office in 2014, the finances of the city rebounded from dismal to healthy. We have a steady surplus regeneration of over $6 million and a 97% tax collection rate. In 2013, our bond anticipation, or bond rating, I should say, was at an A2. The financial outlook, according to Moody's, was negative, and there were 33 audit findings. Today, we have an A1 bond rating with an optimistic outlook and had 1 audit finding last year. The city has maintained its MIG 1 rating with Moody's, which is the highest rating for bond anticipation notes and is a result of prudent fiscal management. Over the past year, we've been cleaning up our census database, and we had an on-time submission. It is vitally important that we are ready for Census 2020 and that every single resident, regardless of immigration status, is counted. I can't stress enough how important it is for each one of you, each one of us, to help us get an accurate census count in 2020. The resources that come to our city from the federal government and from the state and county, those resources are determined by the number of people we have living in our city. An accurate count will also determine how many representatives we will send to Washington. And so, we need your help. I chose public service because I have a passion for education, and I believe in providing opportunities for our youth and those who want to continue their education. Last year, once again, we put almost 180 youth to work through the Summer Youth Program, and fulfilling a promise we made in 2017, we successfully launched a free Cisco Academy in partnership with Union County College, Nantech World, New Covenant Church, and the Plainfield Public Library. The response has been enthusiastic to date. There are 34 students enrolled pursuing the highly marketable Cisco, CCNA, and CCENT certifications. Listening smarter, we focus on what you, the residents, said about keeping costs down. And we negotiated insurance rates for employees for 2019 with no increase to the city budget. We also added a vision benefit for employees with no budgetary impact. Additionally, a comprehensive wellness program focused around healthy eating, exercise, and emotional well-being, spearheaded by our personnel division, was implemented because healthy employees are productive employees, and we care about our employees. I chose public service because I believe that good government, coupled with strong law enforcement, is the best way to fight crime. Since I took office in 2014, we have been steadily driving crime out of our city. We have been building a safer Plainfield, and we have made dramatic strides. Violent crime is down by 54%. Overall crime is down by 40%. And citizen complaints are down by 50% as of December 31st, 2018, compared to December 31st, 2013. These figures don't lie. They speak for themselves. And they did not happen by accident. They are the result of strategic planning and implementation, continuous community engagement by the police department, numerous youth outreach programs by way of utilizing technology training tools, hiring residents to be police officers, and embracing community policing. And with one goal in mind, to make us safer. We also launched initiatives to make our roadways safer in response to concerns raised by the community. Based on the results of traffic studies, we installed several new four-way stops, slowing down traffic in residential neighborhoods and at potentially dangerous spots. And we issued 20% more moving violations in 2018 as compared to 2017. If you speed through Plainfield, we're going to catch you. Moreover, we must have been doing something right, because in October last year, our police department achieve accreditation status. Now, what does that mean to us? What does it mean to you? It is a recognition that our agency's managerial and operational procedures are in accord with a body of professional standards. Accreditation assures the community that our law enforcement agency is committed to providing service of the highest quality and that its policies and procedures are effective and responsive on the one hand and fair and equitable on the other. The Plainfield Police Department is proud to be fully accredited and strives to provide high-quality service to the community it serves. I want to acknowledge the presence of members of our police department here tonight and ask them to stand to be recognized. We appreciate the work you do to keep us and the city safe. There's one youth initiative spearheaded by 4 of our school resource officers that I'd like to highlight. It's called the Queen City Mentoring Academy, and it runs every day for 3 weeks in the summertime. Here comes our cadets.
Forward, march, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right. Mark time, march. Left, 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 right.
The Academy, which is free of charge, focuses on middle school students and has as its motto, honor, respect, commitment. The objective is to educate the cadets about public service. They place a strong emphasis on self-respect, respect of others, teamwork, and commitment to one's goals. The cadets participate in structured classes offered in a fun, informative, interactive, educational, and hands-on environment. As you can see, we have representatives of the Queen City Mentoring Academy with us tonight. But before I introduce them, I believe we have a short video clip showing some of the cadets doing academy training. Let's play the video.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
you, make it side. Ooh, that's side. Go left, go left. We take it, make it up. Go left, go left. Go left, 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 right, left. Get on up, get on up, get on up, right, left. Go left, 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 right, left. Get on up, get on up, get on up, right, left. Platoon, hold. 1, 2.
Pride, fence.
1, 2.
Queen City Military Academy.
Yes, sir.
All out.
The 4 founders and mentors of the Queen City Academy are officers Jesse McNeil, Ronald James, Burnell Harrison, and Jihad Carter. Let's hear it one more time as they stand. Well, thank you. We want you to know that we appreciate the time and effort you invest each year to nurture and guide our young people. People like you make a big difference to our children. Speaking of being safer, Plainfield's bravest aren't just saving lives, but they've also been hard at work serving the community. In 2013, our fire stations opened their doors. I should say in 2018. 2013 is too far back. But in 2018, they opened the doors for tours 38 times. Our firefighters participated in 5 career days, conducted 240 drills, and participated in a series of back-to-school nights. These efforts are not only focused on educating our youth on the importance of fire safety and prevention, but also supporting their personal development. As part of an effort to assist some of our most economically disadvantaged residents in 2018, the fire division provided and installed 124 smoke detectors and 30 carbon monoxide detectors at no charge to the homeowners. Plainfield is safer, and so are our firefighters. Injuries in the line of duty have dropped by 34% in 2018 and 55% since 2015. It is therefore not a surprise that our fire department would want to spend their time and effort to help guide our youth. All recruits since I took office have been Plainfield residents. They are giving back to the community that nurtured them. And it's inspiring for our young people to see their big brothers and sisters serving their community. We are intentionally making our community safer, one recruit at a time, and we've done it 40 times since 2015. Let's hear from one of our resident firefighters in her own words. Let's watch the video.
I'm Lieutenant Damon, and I'm a Plainfield firefighter. I grew up Plainfield. I absolutely love the career that I'm in. I'm a public servant. I'm a product of Plainfield, and this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I meet a lot of people on probably what's one of the worst days of their life, and I find comfort in being able to help them move through that. My mother tells me that when I was younger, I said I wanted to be a farmer, an astronaut, and a firefighter. I feel that one of the most gratifying things in your life is to give of yourself. I think it's important for firefighters to be involved in the communities that they serve. You have an investment in the community because you still have families, the people that you know, and I believe if it's familiar to you and it's something or someplace that's near and dear to your heart, that really dictates the type of service that you give back. How far you're willing to go, how much you're willing to give, and I think we have a lot of that for because most of our rank and file continue to reside here. We have families here, we grew up here and still live here. It's a big part of what we put back into our jobs and into our communities. When I show up, or we show up, people know that they're going to get good service. We're going to help them get guided in a direction to help solve whatever problem they called us out for in the first place. People love firefighters, and there's a good reason why.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and participants in our walk-off challenges took a combined 19 million steps towards a healthier lifestyle. That's the equivalent of 9.5 thousand miles. A healthier Plainfield is a stronger Plainfield. And 2018 was a big year for the mayor's wellness campaign. Under this campaign, the health division kicked off the first ever walk-off challenge, substantially increased its community education and outreach, and provided a myriad of free health services to the community. Not only did we make Plainfield healthier, but we were recognized for our efforts and designated as a 2018 Healthy Town by New Jersey Healthcare Quality Institute. This designation was given to communities where mayors have made health and wellness a top priority, and we have done so. We are walking, biking, playing more, and we are balancing that with a healthy diet. Lead poisoning screening continues to be something that we embrace, because lead poisoning continues to be an issue of concern for cities across the country. So our health division applied for and received a $912,000 grant from the New Jersey Department of Health to protect Plainfield's children from lead-related health issues. Also, we kept our promise to hold our local food establishments to the highest standard possible, completing an inspection of every single retail food establishment in Plainfield. I chose public service because our taxpayers deserve decent roads to drive on. Safer roads mean a safer community, and since the spring of 2016 to date, our Department of Public Works has been hard at work milling and paving all over Plainfield. From the west end to the east end, approximately 91 streets totaling over 35 miles have been paved. This represents 1/3 of our city streets, and we are not done yet. This year, we will resume that work, and we will not stop until every single street in our city had been repaved. That is the commitment my administration made to you. I chose public service because I believe in dignity. I believe that by dignifying our veterans and our seniors, we will be doing the right thing. A stronger community takes care of its most vulnerable. If you are a regular at our council meetings, you will know there's a person who shows up for every council meeting. Rain, snow, sleet, or sunshine. He doesn't speak much to anyone. He's there for one reason only, and that is to speak when it's time for public comments. His name is Johnny Pritchard. And he went to Plainfield High School. And he's a veteran. Johnny has been on a mission to bring Muhlenberg Hospital back since the day it closed its doors over a decade ago. This is his only message every single council meeting, month after month, year after year, and we listen with respect at every meeting because this is a man who fought for our country, a man who risked all he had to preserve the things we take for granted: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, freedom of speech, freedom from oppression, the right to bear arms, freedom to worship in any way we choose. Our freedom, which too often comes at a steep price. I am happy to share that after sitting vacant and abandoned for over 10 years, the former Muhlenberg Hospital site is being redeveloped and will house a medical mall complex, bringing medical services back to the site and back to our city. Our veterans deserve honor, respect, and dignity. And so in 2018, our Public Works Division transformed a property that many of us know as Dudley House into a transitional housing for our veterans. The transformation was completed in October, and the result was a clean, beautiful space where our veterans could live with the dignity they have earned. So thank you, Johnny, and thank you to everyone who put their life on the line to defend our country. Our senior citizens continue to be a vibrant, active part of our community. And I make it a point to meet with them once a month to hear their concerns and to share updates with them. From summer excursions to pool, tournaments, and fashion shows, they are involved in a wide variety of activities. In 2018, the Senior Center provided services to an average of about 2,500 members per month and served over 14,000 meals to our seniors throughout the year. I chose public service because providing high-quality recreational spaces for our community and our youth should be a priority. In 2018, we continued improvements at our $1.7 million turf facility and installed a state-of-the-art press box and bleachers at what we know to be Siler Field. At Campbell Field, we reconstructed and resurfaced 4 tennis courts. And we added walking and biking trails in the park. At Rushmore Playground, exterior improvements included a new patio, walkways, ADA ramps, picnic tables, and landscaping. Our recreational division was stronger than ever in 2018, serving up a wide variety of activities and programs from summer camp to fully staffed pools, which were open all season long. Our adult basketball league was filled and very popular among young adults. We offered free skateboard and swimming lessons, movies in the park, summer concerts, and seasonal activities such as an Easter egg hunt and holiday lights event. 2018 saw the first youth production from our newly formed performing arts group known as Plainfield Acts. They presented a performance of Annie Jr., and it was a resounding success. I chose public service because growth and progress cannot happen unless there is meaningful economic development. Nowhere have we been stronger than in our Department of Economic Development. Plainfield is rising like a phoenix, and we are dusting off the ash of failure and disappointment. We have come through the fire, and we are alive. We are stronger, and we are ready to soar. We have earned investors' confidence, and as a result, they have put $500 million into our city. This represents 1,500 residential units and over 400,000 square feet of retail space. And with 2 opportunity zones designated in our transit village, the door is wide open for more possibilities. Not just for developers, but for every resident of Plainfield. It is important for me to mention that as this rising tide lifts all boats, we cannot leave anyone behind. Every person living in this city must benefit from the progress that is happening in this city, and we have to make sure that the people, the small businesses, individuals, everyone benefits from what is happening in our city. No one will be left behind. We are working to build our downtown commercial district. And to this end, we have hosted multiple groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings and held many workshops and networking events for business owners. We are adding projects in every ward across the city. And we are linking potential developers and businesses with viable financing and loan programs. The administration's approach to redevelopment is holistic. With each project, we identify job opportunities for residents. To date, over 100 new jobs have been created, and in partnership with New Jersey Build, we hosted 2 career fairs to train residents for jobs in the building trades. So we will continue to lift as we climb, and as we press forward, we will pull from behind, and everyone will get there. Everyone will reach that place of prosperity that we are striving to reach. Our UEZ designation, which was cut in 2017, was reinstated, and we immediately had 100 businesses signed on to take advantage of its benefits. Several benefited from the Sign and Facade grant, thus improving the appearance of our downtown businesses. Lime Bike launched their dockless bike sharing program last year and opened up mobility options for our residents. Lime Bikes dotting our landscape is now a regular sight, and our residents have been making use of this low-cost, accessible way to move around our city. Since the launch, 586 riders have taken close to 2,000 rides for a total of over 12,000 miles and over 9,000 hours biked in Plainfield. We're opening the city one bike ride at a time. A stronger city has a story to tell, and we have been sharing the good news about Plainfield in every venue. We continued our robust ad program with 3 ads in rotation throughout select markets in New Jersey and in New York. We created business and restaurant guides and a new resident package. We've increased our social media presence by almost 650% since 2016. And our twice-weekly newsletter reached an audience of over 7,000 people. Let's take a look. There's more to a city's business.
More to us.
The businesses of Plainfield, New Jersey.
Our diverse businesses
are just as diverse as our community.
Unique benefits including
grant opportunities for businesses.
And half of the New Jersey sales tax.
The city believes in me
and my business.
Almost $500 million in investment dollars.
Plainfield is a city with a pulse on the grow.
There's more to my business.
More to us.
We are Plainfield, New Jersey. Discover what we're all about for yourself. And so we're using many different tools to attract people to our city. This is just one of the many tools. So Plainfield, I am gratified to share that we had an excellent year in 2018, but we're just getting started. 2019 promises even more significant successes as we go through the year celebrating our 150th anniversary. I chose public service because I wanted to help shape the future of the city I live in and the city that I love. In the next few months, the vision for a reimagined downtown business district will begin to take shape. It starts with the completion of the North Avenue Pedestrian Plaza as a place-making tool to attract visitors and drive commerce into our downtown shopping district. This plaza will be a central hub of food, arts, and cultural activity, and a pioneer of smart technology in public spaces within the city. In the next 2 years, we can expect to see significant redevelopment projects in our downtown and across all wards in our city. We'll see the construction of a multi-sport artificial turf complex at Rushmore Playground in the 4th Ward, and completion and full occupancy at the Medical Mall Complex at Muhlenberg, offering an array of medical services. We're going to reuse and repurpose underutilized and vacant industrial buildings by creating entrepreneurial opportunities in advanced technologies. We are partnering with Union County landlords, business owners, and Union County College to identify and assess properties and opportunities. Moreover, we were awarded a grant of $100,000 by New Jersey Economic Development Authority to complete the needs assessment, thanks to Governor Murphy and his commitment to making New Jersey fairer for all. The city of Plainfield has 2 opportunity zones that include our 2 train stations, Plainfield and Netherwood. The zones allow targeted investment funds into these areas and assist with the financial feasibility of redevelopment projects. We will continue to explore the opportunities presented by the Opportunity Zones designation. And it's important to note that opportunity zones represent opportunities for everyone, not just investors and developers. And as stated earlier, no one will be left behind. We invite you to call our Department of Economic Development to learn more about those opportunities. We are working to make Plainfield a smart city, promoting greener lifestyle, doing things more efficiently to reduce the carbon footprint, and working with developers to offer incentives to residents to reduce the number of vehicles in a household. We'll be utilizing the city's surface parking lots to generate solar energy to reduce the city's reliance on electricity generated from fossil fuels. We want to offer diversity in our mobility options. We currently utilize bike sharing for a healthier and more cost-effective way to move around town. We're exploring the installation of public electric charging stations and a car-sharing program. We will have more residential options in proximity to trains offering a one-seat ride into New York City and other metropolitan hubs, reducing the need for multiple vehicles in each household. We have started an initiative to implement smart and innovative technology in infrastructure designs, such as smart lighting and utilizing solar options where possible to reduce costs and save energy. Our goal is to continue to regenerate at least 6.7 million in surplus next year and each successive year, eliminating all audit findings, maintaining Moody's ratings of MIG 1 for bond anticipation notes and A1 for bonds. And we're going to aim to even improve that A1 bond rating. We want to get to AAA status. Stabilizing the municipal tax rate and stabilizing the assessed property values for the city. To promote the culture of health in the community, we finalized the blueprint of a roadmap for Healthy Plainfield in partnership with the United Way of Union County and other community-based organizations. This roadmap for Healthy Plainfield will be implemented in 2019. We'll continue exploring community gardens as a source of fresh, organic produce for our residents. I intend to continue to support and advocate for improvements in education for all of our children and those who are continuing to pursue higher education or a trade. Quality education is the backbone of a prosperous future for our children and the foundation for overall economic well-being for the city of Plainfield. So we'll revisit the Plainfield Promise, which could be the pivotal tool in giving every Plainfield student an opportunity at high-quality education that is so vitally important for today's job market. I want to see more of our children involved in STEM-based educational programs. We will explore the idea of working more closely with regional colleges to have classes locally in Plainfield that can teach our youth programming and app-building skills that can be used as a vehicle to create self-employment opportunities. Ultimately, this will open up more options for our youth and all residents. We have to become a city dedicated to embracing technology and creating ongoing opportunities for all of our residents. I want us to become a city that is filled with entrepreneurs. We can do this. I know that we can. We're going to continue to help prepare residents for jobs and get them hired by ongoing training and certification in Cisco and other identified essential computer skills. And we will continue to partner with New Jersey Build to prepare for jobs in the construction trades. In life, the results you get are either the result of personal focus or personal distractions. The choice is yours, Plainfield. Our day is here, and our time is now. And anyone who tells you different is trying to distract you. Plainfield is smarter, and anyone who tells you different is lying to you. Plainfield is safer, and anyone who tells you different is trying to scare you. Plainfield is stronger, and anyone who tells you different is trying to mislead you. A gladiator's first distraction is his last. And I am telling you that now is not the time to fall for lies, scare tactics, and misdirection. Now more than ever, we must stand strong. We must stand unified. We must stand side by side in one accord, looking in the same direction. Because if we falter, we might fall. And if we fall, we may never get up. And we have come too far to let that happen. We know the desperation of missed opportunities and a failing economy. We understand the frustration of having few options for our children. We have felt the sting of rejection by investors and developers. For years, we watched opportunities pass us by while our neighbors grew and progressed, and we said, no more, no more. Our time is now, and we will not be distracted. I want us to be a Plainfield that celebrates our true greatness. Our greatness lies in our pride in our city, our love for our neighbor, and the care we show for each other. We must be attentive to each other and embrace our community as a family. Let's worship in our various places of prayer and lift Plainfield up as one. Let's remember to help each other and endeavor to be a city that uses its unity as an asset. We are smarter, we are safer, and we are stronger, but we must continue to be vigilant about protecting our civil rights. As an immigrant to the United States, I am eternally grateful for the sacrifices made by so many people for me to stand here as your mayor today. Plainfield was and continues to hold a significant place in the history of civil rights. Let us remain vigilant against the onslaught that is being made against the right to vote, the right to keep families together, and the attacks that are being made against people every day in this country because of the color of their skin, their sexual orientation, or their desire to be fully contributing members of our society. We must not forget that we are standing here as a better society because of people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Harriet Tubman, Shirley Chisholm, Bob Kennedy, Dolores Huerta, and many ordinary Americans who were not afraid to stand up for justice. Every single one played their part in helping to make us a better society. Let us be vigilant in ensuring that we do not regress as a city and as a nation. So in closing, I'd like to say that the vision of one Plainfield, one future, is still the driving force behind everything, every decision we make. My administration remains focused on building, growing, educating, and uniting. The energy of Renaissance is in the whisper on every breeze. The excitement is palpable. The Queen City is poised to step up and reclaim her crown. We are ready to work locally and to partner with believers of change on a county, state, and national level. Understanding that each culture represented here is an opportunity to learn and to grow. At this moment, in this place and time, the destiny of every single person in this room and our city is interwoven. We have come to this particular instant in our lives because something led us here. Call it destiny, call it fate, call it divine intervention. We are here together right now at this moment. United, we can change the world. At this moment, together, we can craft the city in which we want to live. A city with a unique blend of cross-cultural unity. We embrace diversity that makes us uniquely Plainfield. And at this moment, we can choose to rise above petty agendas and work together to build a city of the future. We can't do that alone. It takes a community and strong partners to achieve the success and growth that we've had to date. I'd like to thank our city council, the residents who gave their time to serve on our boards and commissions, our city employees, developers, business owners, vendors, professional service firms, nonprofits, and all the others who work tirelessly every day at making Plainfield a better place to live, work, and play. We are not an island, and I thank our elected officials at the county and state level, especially Senator Nick Scutari and Governor Phil Murphy and his team for all the support we have been given and continue to receive. As your mayor, I commit to you that I will continue to work hard for our city. I love Plainfield, and it is in my blood. I went to school here, got married here, had my children here, and raised my family here. It is because of this love and a need to give back that I chose public service. I recall as a boy growing up in Barbados being very poor, wearing patches all over my pants and shirt. Growing up in a single-parent household with no father, going to school with no lunch, a bottle of sugar water, and having to depend on my classmate to get through the day. So I know what hardship is, and it is that hardship that has informed me. It is the reason I chose public service, because I looked around me and knew that I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to fight for those who felt they could not compete and be a voice for those who thought they were not being heard. I chose public service because I believe that every single child deserves a quality education, regardless of his or her economic status or address. I chose public service because I believe in the dignity of every human being, whether migrant or American born, and their right to be free and pursue happiness. I chose public service because no mother should have to choose between paying a light bill or feeding her children. I chose public service because I do not believe that the right to bear arms is more important than the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I chose public service because I believe that everyone deserves a livable wage, paid sick leave, and basic human dignity. I chose public service because we need to fight global warming, reduce our carbon footprint, and our dependency on fossil fuels. I chose public service because I care about Plainfield. I care about New Jersey, and I care about the United States of America. I chose public service because I believe that we can live united as one Plainfield, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I chose public service because it's a noble calling that must be answered. I urge all of you, each and every one of you, to make a difference in your community, in the nation, and in the world. It's time to trumpet the pride we have in our city and let the world see that we are Plainfield strong, Plainfield united, and together we are building one Plainfield, one future. We are standing together. We are in this together. Thank you, and may God bless each and every one of you and your family.